thing look good, because some characters look pretty bad.
Yeah.
But, they do the work on you. But the mood in the makeup is very important, because that's your first place. That's your first stop for the day, And when you're involved in a project, sometimes there are long hours, and it's very strenuous and hard work, and you could be a little bit tired, so you get up in the morning, and your first place is makeup. If the mood in there is good, the makeup is good, then that sets up the day for the performers, at least, right? And if there's a good feeling on set, you can feel that. That's a very important job for the producer to put the crew together that is compatible and that will work together well. It enables everybody to function at their best.
Yeah.
So the collaboration is extremely important.
Yeah.
That's why I like working with a lot with English actors. For the Brits, they have many of them have a very strong theater background and very strong collaborative feeling about like every project that they do. So it's just I find them in particular are very generous with the other performers or with the other people that they're working with.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to have a good atmosphere and environment in the acting project you do, and have to have a positive attitude, because that shows on the acting project and around the people.
Yeah. Well, there's some actors I've worked with who I'm not particularly fond of, but they thrive on conflict.
Yeah.
And you get on a project, and there'll be some actors who just cause so much trouble, and the arguments, and you realize, okay, I'm just going to back off here. I'm not going to have much to do with this guy, because he derives his energy obviously from feeding off other people's trouble.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah, I've had similar experiences. Yeah, I've had similar.
Yeah. So you have to learn how to navigate those waters too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, it's just very interesting, and it is a tough business, the acting world. Because that's why they call it business, and but you have to enjoy what you do. You have to have the passion for it, because not everybody can be an actor. You have to have the passion and the commitment for it.
Well, there's a reason they call it play. They're players. And when you go to the theater to see a play, it has to be play.
Yeah.
Look, frankly, this is not going to feed people, this kind of work. It's not going to, but it will feed their souls.
Oh, yeah.
And you're responsible for, as an actor, you're responsible for bringing as much light as possible to each character, as much life as possible to each character. It's very difficult to play a character that you hate.
Yeah.
So even I've played some awful characters, some really terrible villains, and I've had to understand them as human beings, which is, that could be entering into dangerous territory, because you're trying to empathize with some of these people, and they're monsters.
Yeah.
But you can't play them right unless you have some inkling, some idea of who they are and why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
So you have to do that as well.
Yeah.
I remember I was doing a film with a well-known actress, and she was playing a well-known character. I won't tell you who's who, but
okay.
But I remember I was watching, and she came off. We were doing a big scene, and she came off and went up to a wall and sort of bumped her forehead against the wall. And said, "God, I hate her. I hate her so much." And I was really shocked, because this is a great actress, And she was playing somebody that she despised, but she did it well. She did it very, very well. But that's beyond my skill. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
It takes a long time to build up that character. Well, each time you play a character, you have to, because you are the character once that moment you play the character, so you have to go inside the character and just sense out any kind of humanity the character has and work with what you have.
Oh, absolutely. Otherwise it wouldn't be unbelievable, you know?
Yeah, you have
They
to make
have
it
to be real
believable.
people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I played one character. He was really awful. But it occurred to me that, excuse me, that in his business, in his dealings, in his criminal enterprise, he deals with normal people. So I decided to play him like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And that made him so much uglier because he was a nice guy doing these terrible things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you could see him as a human being. And so that made perhaps his criminality even less understandable, but the character was more real.
Yeah, I've played a character for a stage. We made our own stage project. It was an acting project. And I played a tragic villain character. That's how they described it. And he did actions that were understandable but not really excusable. Because...
Right.
And that's hard to pull off sometimes, really is. Because you have to make it believable. And I enjoyed doing the character, but then again, it was... You enjoy it, but then it's a challenge. But I always go at a challenge because it's fun.
Yeah, I think you always have to be... when you're inside a character, it's not... It's hard to achieve certain moments of where the character becomes difficult to understand. But that's the job. That's what you have to do. You know, if I know in advance that I'm going to have a difficult scene, I think about it all the time. Driving my car, I'm sitting at home, maybe watching TV or something. That'll be on my mind. You know, I'll do some research. Try and remember, moments, similar moments in my own story, in my own past that would influence this character. But I do have to prepare those moments, those otherwise incomprehensible moments. You'd have to be prepared for them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, each time I have a character I have to portray, I try to find a similar trait me and the character share, or an event that happened in my life. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, Mr. Vrana, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I enjoy
Well, thank you.
And I'm a big fan of your acting work, so it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you well in your future endeavors in your acting work, and thank you very much for letting me talk to you.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you, and good luck with your podcast.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was actor Mr. Vlasta Vrana. Very nice guy, very wonderful actor, very talented and full of wisdom and advice. Thank you very much for listening to this show. Join us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time, that's California time, where I'll be interviewing Miss Shelley Morrison, theater actor and television actress. She is best known for playing Rosario on the hit sitcom Will and Grace. Thank you very much, and may you all have a blessed day.